Law the Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Will the Underdog Richardson.
And I am your girl, April, a.k.a. Mother Goose.
You know what? Tonight I'm going by my Instagram, Latonya_Rich. How you doing?
Okay.
All right,
okay.
underscore
Rich.
Yeah.
Switch it up. Switch it up.
Everybody good?
Great.
Man, it's been a crazy week. You've been busy.
Half.
Actually, we skipped last week because of the 4th of July.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was pretty cool because we got a chance to do a family trip again and went to Hot Springs.
Yes.
And I like Hot Springs.
Hot Springs is nice, very relaxing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nothing really to do there, but it's there. It's a place to just chill and sit at the river and just do nothing.
Do nothing.
And that's the beauty of it, doing absolutely nothing.
You know, I've been to Hot Springs a lot of times, and I've never been out on the nightlife. Does Hot Springs even have a nightlife?
No, I think they got a couple of bars, maybe.
Bars, yeah.
That's what.
Yeah.
But we went to the pancake shop.
Yeah.
That was something new. Out of all the times we
Pancake
went to
shop
Hot
is
Springs,
good.
it was good.
Learn something new. You cut your pancake in the middle, like make a circle in the middle, and then you pour your syrup in there like a little bowl, and then you cut the pancake from the outside in so you don't waste syrup on you.
Yeah.
Ain't that a
That's the
blessing?
first time I ever seen that happen
She
before
said,
in
"Ain't
my
that a
life.
blessing?"
Ain't that a blessing?
I mean, because, you know, I'm old school. I just take my pancake
Right,
and
I
just
know,
pour syrup
man.
on
They
top
just
and
cut
just
it.
cut it.
We had a good time. We went golfing too.
We did go golfing.
we sure did.
I sucked that day.
Yeah, you
Maybe
sucked
because
that
it's
day.
my hip. I got to have a hip replacement.
Sucked that
Yeah.
day.
So, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like I'm excited because I want to get back out there on the golf course, but I'm also a little uncertain on certain days. Been having
Yeah.
dreams about having hip replacements.
Oh, bless your heart.
Yeah, he
I
had.
had a dream that Derek had one before I did.
Dang.
And I was like, hey, man, he skipped me. Like,
I don't
took
even
my
lie to you.
appointment.
When you told me you had to have 2 hip replacements, my hips on my left side.
hell yeah, man. It's hereditary, man.
Like, did I stretch wrong when I
No, I'm telling you, man, it's hereditary,
Nah,
man.
the devil is a
Man.
lie. Nah.
You know what black folks always say? The devil is a lie. Devil is a
We're
lie.
not doing
Now
that.
your parents cross-pollinated with bad hips is what it was.
Now my hip good. I still got hips. Still got motion in
Oh,
my hips.
I be bad.
I know, right?
And then you know you blessed when well, I'm gonna tell you, go back to the little hip replacement thing. So I finally mustered up enough strength and nerve to go talk to a doctor about having my hip replaced. And they took the x-rays and everything. And when the doctor came in, he said, hey man, you Will Richardson? I'm like, he's like, you 46? I'm like, yeah. He like, I couldn't believe it, man. I looked at these right here, man. Surprised you even walking, man.
Yeah, it was like
Dang.
a whole storm of bad news.
Bad
We was just
news.
sitting there like, hey,
He
man.
was like, you like have
Wow.
option 1, 2, and 3, and I go through this little phase and turn the book and everything. He said, no, we just going straight to the back
Yeah.
of the book, man. This is where
Yeah.
you at right
Wow.
here.
Yeah, he did. He said, you want me to print out this so you can put it on your refrigerator just to see how bad your hips? I'm
Wow,
like, nobody wants to do that.
No, doc. I'm
But I
straight.
respect the honesty because he could have been like, you going to be all right. He like, man,
He's like, you ain't gonna be all right.
you
You're-
gonna be
Your
all right.
hips. It's done.
It's done.
That was all those stripping and all that back in the days in your college years and everything, man. You was dropping it and grabbing that pole.
Your brother
and
was a stripper?
Oh, he used to dance. Oh, you forgot to tell that?
Have it.
Oh, my bad.
No, I'm just saying, you know, it's a little, that's a free nugget for y'all.
Hazel Collins chocolate.
Chocolate Thunder. I like that name.
I was Chocolate Thunder and I was Bad Boy. I was Bad Boy when I was stripping.
Just let me. I got one question. Did you wear them comeback boots?
No, I did not. I got pretty feet. I got pretty feet, so
Feet out.
get my feet out.
Oh my God.
I wanted
Ooh-wee.
people to appreciate all
I
of
used to be the
you.
one around there picking up the money for.
Oh, April.
That's why I was coming up short. I'm like, I knew I done seen 3 or 4 women throw out 100,
Yeah,
a
but
whole
you
100.
gotta work hard.
You gotta work hard, man.
You gotta
You ain't
work
shaking
hard.
like you did the other night.
Well, look at God. Now I'm running for state representative and all kinds of things and stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is a complete 360.
When you were,
Won't
you
he
were
do
a
it?
young adult. You
That's
were a
it.
kid.
Young adult.
That's okay.
So now, that's the thing I like about politics. If you put it out on the table, people can't resurface it
That's
later on.
right.
down the
That's
You
line.
don't
it.
want
We let it
that.
be known.
When I'm running
You
for
don't
president,
want
they'll be
that.
like, oh, did you know he was a stripper? Look at this right here.
That's
They're
it.
like, well, we know Chocolate Thunder.
Yeah, chocolate. Woo!
I wasn't always presidential.
You
That's
know
okay.
what?
You was still presidential back then.
Yeah, man. It's all, sharpen the paper.
Yeah, that's right.
It's my PR person.
Hey
Right here.
man, you good?
But you know you blessed when you can leave from Hot Springs and then immediately get on a plane to go to Dallas, Texas, and that's what Mother Goose did.
Yes,
Oh,
she did.
yes.
What
I
you
did.
do? What made you go to Dallas?
You know what? I just wanted to do something different.
Mm-hmm.
I had honestly, I've been in a lot of places in Texas, but I had never actually stayed and visit in Dallas.
Okay.
I've flown into Dallas, but I've never gotten out and just enjoyed it. So
Okay.
it was my son's 9th birthday, and I was just like, we're gonna go out of town. Let's do something different.
Yeah, 7/7/14.
7/7/14 is my baby birthday, and so we went there. Went to Medieval Times. Went to the water park twice. The hotel we were in actually had a beautiful water park, and it was amazing. And we did that, and we went out to eat. Went to the Sugar Factory. It was all right. You know, it was more of the hype of, that drink that you pour.
Is it alcohol in it?
No, $39 for that one drink.
Wow.
No
With
alcohol.
No alcohol. Alcohol drinks was cheaper than that.
Wow.
So it's like a dessert?
It's like a sugary drink, like tropical, whatever flavors you want, and then they poured it in and it smokes and it ice. It's just the presentation.
Oh,
and
they
the
gave you the
experience.
fluff.
That's it.
The
We didn't
fluff.
get it. I watched somebody else and I videoed theirs, so people think
You stole.
Ooh, no, you did
stole.
Did you
I
put
did.
that on your Instagram?
that's it. But it will be on there.
What do you
So
What do
will
you
see
call it when you steal somebody else's moment and put it on there and make
I
it
know,
yours?
right? I was just like,
Just put on in the caption, look what I saw.
look what I saw.
This is what I wanted to buy.
Why? I'm not paying $39 for a drink that smokes and it's got more ice in it than punch.
But you'll spend $2,000 on a bottle of wine.
Yes,
Okay.
that I will
Ooh-wee.
do.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Tanya got a chance to meet Scottie Pippen.
I know.
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I know.
Yes.
It
Pretty
was
cool.
so
That was.
cool.
That was.
Yeah.
So we were having wings at Hooters on our way up to Hot Springs. And when we sat down at the bar and everything, we'll see, I'm going to go to the bathroom and everything. I said, okay, cool. And I look over my shoulder, and it's this guy just sitting there eating crab legs. And he got a sidekick with him, and they're chilling out. And I look over there, and I make eye contact, and I turn around. I was like, let me look again. Maybe. So when Will comes back around the corner, I was like, Will, guess what? There's a Scottie Pippen stunt double right over here.
It
Look.
couldn't be Scottie Pippen there. It wasn't him.
Will takes a look over there, does this here. That's Scottie Pippen. I was like, get out of here. So I want to look again.
That wasn't really my response when she was like, so whenever we go out, we always checking people, right? We're like, hey, look over there. Look, Mike Tyson stunt double, look, And so when she said, it's this guy that looks like Scottie Pippen stunt double over there, I was expecting to look over and be like, man, ain't. I was like a kid when I saw him. I was like, God damn, that's Scottie Pippen. I had on a t-shirt, but I felt like I was like fighting myself up.
Let me get myself together.
I said, man, that's one of the goats of basketball, man.
Right.
When I tell you he was so nice,
Yeah.
I walked up to him. I was like, hey, how you doing? And he was like, I'm doing good. I was like, guess what I was saying about you over there? We didn't even think it was really you. And we laughed. And I was like, let's go on. Let's get this picture because you already know. Let me get it out the way. He was like, sure, let's do it. And so he was such a gentleman
Yeah.
to take his time out to do that.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
And they said most of the times when he comes in, because he frequents that Hooters, and I'm not going to tell the location, but
Right.
he frequents that location. They said usually he's kind of like, just want to be by himself and
Right.
stand off
Of
a little
course,
bit.
of course.
'Cause you get tired of doing that. But
Right.
in that day, in that moment, it was good I gave him dap and took a picture, and it was cool. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Took a picture with, like, Jordan's wingman.
Yeah.
Right.
It's crazy.
So right.
It's
Yeah.
almost like meeting Jordan now.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So,
And Will was like, you're better than Jordan, right?
I did not say that. I said,
Look at him tell you. What did you say, brother? What did you say? Tell the people what you said.
I really didn't have any. Usually, I have questions for some of my real kid heroes and stuff. But Scottie was just solid Scottie, so I just said, "Hey, man, without you, there is no Michael Jordan."
True.
And he was like, "Yeah, man, I know. I don't know how true that is because Jordan was cold, but I do know that when Jordan was playing without Scottie Pippen, they had 0 championships, and then when Scottie got there with a few other people,
Something changed.
something changed."
In the atmosphere.
But people say, well, then when Jordan left and Scotty stayed in Chicago. They won 0 rings. So
Right. They need each other. Of
Yeah.
course. That makes a team.
So I took my picture with Scottie Pippen. I didn't post it on Facebook, but I show people and I say, see, beside every GOAT, there's a Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because you are a GOAT.
Bad. All right. Today's topic.
Today's.
Can we get a little?
Ooh. Yes.
Today's topic
You
is it's very it's gonna get edgy. I know it is because everybody has their own constitution when it comes to how much they can take or what they do to show affection, and it could be taken out of context sometimes. But these are things that relationship experts say are when you're doing too much, it should be viewed as a red flag. So we're going to talk about 15 dating red flag examples. Now, what is a red flag? Everybody got their own definition of what
That's
a red
true.
flag is. What's a red flag to you? What is the overall the broad spectrum of red flag? The definition of red flag.
Somebody being too desperate, too fast, trying to show you so much so fast.
So
I think,
fast.
yeah, like quick, like
Yeah.
blowing your phone up every day, all day. You just met me.
Those are red flags.
Those red flags.
What's your definition of red flag?
I think expensive gifts right off the rip.
Okay.
Somebody buys you a diamond bracelet or buys
Day
you
one.
like day one expensive gifts.
Chanel bag.
Red flag.
Well,
I take it though, but it's still a red flag.
It's trouble.
So
it's trouble
according-
on the horizon, April. It's on the way.
I just play.
So-
I won't take it. I
so
won't take it.
according to the definition of the Merriam-Webster dictionary, it says a warning sign or a signal. A red flag is the suggestion or warning sign of potentially dangerous behavior from someone. So a lot of times people do these things that present to be red flags, but we ignore them
Yeah.
for whatever reason. And I don't know. I mean, when we talk about these things, you should bounce. But most people are going to stay, and then they're going to complain like 10 months later saying, this girl wasn't nothing, this dude wasn't nothing. And we got to
Right.
go back and say, did you see the red flags?
yeah.
Right.
Uh-oh.
So, red flag number 1 is love bombing.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody know what? So, as I was doing my research on this, I could articulate it in a manner that I knew how to, that made sense to me, but I did not know they had specific definitions for these acts.
Yeah.
So, it's called love bombing. And love bombing is when someone frequently attempts to influence another person with over-the-top displays of attention and affection.
Wow.
Have you ever been love bombed?
Hell yeah.
Big
I'm sorry.
time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you have been love bombed.
Big time.
Have you ever love bombed somebody?
I have.
Okay,
I have to.
you have to. I never. No, just.
Lies. This right here.
Let
You
it
see this
start.
man?
I can't even get it out my mouth.
We over here being
What?
honest.
Being honest, he like, nah, I ain't never did that.
Oh.
Yes.
So some examples of love bombing include excessive compliments. Hey, beautiful, how you doing? You look so good. It's excessive. Like
Yeah.
it's noticeable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spending too much time together too soon. Man, we just met,
We
and
just
everybody
met.
you want to hang out
You
every
got
day.
something for me
Every
every
day.
day to do. You gotta eat. You know you gotta eat.
I'll
Let's
be there.
do lunch.
I'll be
I'll
there for
bring you
lunch.
lunch.
Be there for dinner. I brought you breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a game tonight.
Yeah.
Erica Badu next Friday.
They booking
Sure
you
does.
up before you even figure out what's going on with your week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Constant gifts. Constant gifts.
But you know what? That's one of the things where I think most people are gonna be like, I guess that depends on like your love language, because if somebody doesn't have to be expensive, but if somebody is constantly buying you gifts,
Right.
they may be small gifts. You're like, oh, that's so cute, or oh, that was thoughtful, because gifts could just be meaning something very
So it's small.
simple.
Yeah, it can.
I don't
And
think
I-
it has anything to do with value. I think it's just the fact that somebody's stopping getting you gifts.
It's like they're
Around the
thinking
clock.
about you.
Yeah, it could be perceived as that.
Right. I mean, like if, say, for instance, I met a guy
Mm-hmm.
and within a week he just taking me out. And then the next day at work, he has me a nice bouquet of flowers.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
Right.
But I wouldn't expect 2-3 days later another bouquet of flowers.
What about if he got you flowers every day? Every day you come to work, be like,
No.
today is Tuesday.
No. Now, if he
Just
did,
because.
if he did it every Friday, and that was just, and that's
Maybe
something
his
that-
routine.
Routine. He does that. It's consistent. It's not just for now, just to get what he want. But we in 6 months in, and every Friday he's giving it. I'm okay with that.
You okay with
Okay.
it?
I'm okay with that.
But I'm talking about like a gift, like just like you notice, like he's buying me a lot of gifts. Like you got so many gifts
No.
that you just got them in the backseat of your car. You hadn't even opened up. You hadn't even opened up most stuff.
That's doing too much. Doing
Yeah,
too much.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Would that scare you?
Yeah, that would definitely throw a red flag.
If a guy came to you and let's say y'all were dating for like 2 weeks, and he said, "Man, I just got something small for you," and you open up the bag and it's like a 3-carat tennis bracelet, would that be a red flag for you?
Depends on what he do for a living. If he's like rich and got money, and that's probably nothing to him.
Right.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
it's the fact that he went and bought.
Yeah.
He spent like $5,000 on you
It would,
in 2 weeks.
it was kind
That
of
would
shaky.
definitely raise an eyebrow
I'd
for
be
me.
just like,
Or would you be like, "Girl, guess what I got"?
no,
No.
I don't
wouldn't do that.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I tell people that after I,
We done said lies.
after I got the gift, I'll be just like, girl, guess what he did? But I had to give it back. Because there's something,
What?
it's something going to come
You gonna
with
give it
that.
back? Why
Right.
did you take it if you was gonna give it back?
You didn't want to offend him.
No, I open it and I was just like, "This is what are we doing? This is
Okay.
too much."
Uh-huh.
And then I'll call my girls like, "Girls, guess what
Guess
he
what
did?
he did.
Because I know with it comes
It's something else.
some more.
Something else around the corner.
It is not just
Yeah.
here, April.
It ain't about
and
how much money a person
No.
has. It's like, if I'm giving you this,
It's
something that's gonna
it's
be-
something that you gonna be requiring after within the next week or so.
texting, emailing, calling many times a day.
That's a
Yeah, that's a lot.
problem.
That's a very big problem.
Really?
Yes.
Just checking on you, see how you're doing.
And nothing wrong with that.
Uh-huh.
You check on me in the day,
That's-
afternoon, in the evening, but all day you text and I can't get nothing done because my phone just steady bing, 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 bing.
Especially, April, have
Yeah.
you ever been in a situation where somebody is calling or texting you and you may say, "I'll give you a call back. I'm
Yes.
doing X, Y, and Z," and then an
Like,
hour
they
later
call
they
you
calling
back.
back again.
Yes.
What? I'm gonna call you,
I'm gonna call you. Yeah.
but they still call.
Yeah, I've had that. Yeah.
What'd you do?
Stop calling. I'm answering the call.
Really?
Ignored it.
Like cable guy.
Yeah, just ignored it.
Cable guy.
And then eventually they go away.
Yeah. Or what about FaceTiming? How y'all feel about FaceTiming? Because it did talk about FaceTiming.
I don't like FaceTime.
I don't have no problem with FaceTime.
FaceTime is kind of like you kind of see what I'm doing, like where I'm at. You think I'm
Yes.
lying?
No, like if we're home at night and then it's bedtime and you in your place, I'm in my place, and we're talking and he was just like, we just want to see each other. I ain't got no problem with that. But not all the time. Every time I look
All
up,
the time.
you
Well, see,
FaceTime
well, see,
me.
you start FaceTime in the bed, then you start getting naked, and you start doing sex videos and stuff.
No, we ain't doing all that.
That's how
We can just ring my
when
doorbell.
I think about when I think about excessive FaceTiming, it's almost like somebody is coming into your home unannounced.
that's
Yeah,
excessive-
spying on you.
Now
exce-
you're
excessive
doing
FaceTime.
it's
Yes.
excessive
You're doing too much.
FaceTiming.
Yes.
Well, if I say, hey, I'm gonna be out with my sister and brother later on in the baseball game, and then I say, it's gonna be like 6 to 9. I'll hit you up at 9 o'clock, and then you FaceTime me at 7:30, and I'm like, what's up? You're like, are you at the game?
I'm not
Yeah,
even
no.
answering
Then
though.
it's like,
No.
man, what
Yeah,
y'all
I'm
doing?
not-
even
even answering. I'm not
I
answering.
think after a while you will pick up on those habits,
Right.
and then you'll be like, "You're FaceTiming me all
Right.
the time."
We good on
It's
that.
a FaceTime.
FaceTime show.
Right.
I really, I don't care much for FaceTime. though.
Asking you to spend time with them rather than friends.
Say what now?
Asking you to spend time with them rather than your friends.
No.
Like, man, where'd you go out to Neil this weekend for? You need
It's
to
a
hang.
balance to that.
You know what? If you're just coming in the picture,
Like, how can we get to know each other? You out with your friends on the weekend.
no,
No.
you come second because the friends have always been there.
Right.
They're there.
And then I'm gonna balance that out. If we're just meeting each
Yeah.
other, then I'm gonna set a time. If you say, "Hey, April, are you available on Friday?" And I say, "Well, no, I'm not available Friday, but hey, I'm open Saturday. Are you open Saturday?"
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like, "Why you can't go out Friday?"
Yeah.
Because I can't.
I think if somebody posed the question like, "Well, why do you have to be with your friends? Why you can't?" That's aggressive
Right.
off the top.
Yes, that's bad.
I need you to have your own friends.
Right.
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 So, because
I don't have any friends.
well, It's gonna be
You
hard
gotta- you
because
gotta-
you gotta have another outlet.
You gotta have at least 1 or 2 friends.
You gotta have
I
some
ain't
other
saying you
outlet.
gotta have 10
Right.
friends, but you
Yeah.
gotta have 1 or 2 friends.
Right.
You gotta have some outlets.
Mirroring all of your interests.
No.
Just a good old copycat.
Yeah, you like horseback riding? Me too.
Yeah. No.
You like swimming? Me
Me-
too.
me
Get
too.
out there and be damn near drowning.
Be drowning. like be your own person. Like
Yes.
you know what I'm
Man.
saying? Like be an individual.
Right.
But that's a big red flag. That would scare the hell out of me. If
Right.
I met a woman and everything I did, she did.
Right. Like
How?
I'm not a cigar smoker.
Right.
Right.
You can't get me to smoke them.
Right.
But I don't mind being around it. But if that's what you do, I'm gonna let you do you.
Yeah.
Because I might do something that you don't.
Because if you say you don't smoke and they say they don't smoke, and then you on social media or you
Yeah.
catch it, like I thought you
said
didn't smoke.
What you doing
My
smoking?
first time.
No.
Just
no.
lying.
Just lying.
Everybody should have their own identity.
Right. Right.
Do what you do.
So what's your dream trip?
My dream trip. I know this might not sound like big, but I want to go to Hawaii.
Me too.
Yeah,
I want to go to Hawaii too.
yeah,
That's kind of weird.
yeah.
Oh,
Me too.
but what if they really do want to go
What
to
if
Hawaii?
it's genuine?
That's just one incident,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
What's your favorite car?
Mercedes AMG.
Mine too. We should go look at them together.
Look, what color?
Red.
Oh my God!
I want
that's
a
what
red
I
one
want, a red one too.
Nah, I don't. I need somebody with a little bit of balance, a little yin and yang. Here's another red flag when it comes to love bombing: pretending to be excessive interest in your background, your life, and your interests. So tell me more about you, and what are you doing? You know, and what school did you go to? You know, just like over the top interest should
You
be
can
a
tell,
red
yeah.
flag. Like you probing and you just
Yes.
you faking it.
Right.
You don't have genuine conversation because everything is just questions and interrogation at that
Right.
point. And wanting to take things to the next level quickly.
No.
That's a big red flag.
Yeah,
Like I said in our last podcast, I don't think you should have those kind of conversations until like 3-4 months in. Kind of give it time to see what's going on. But if a person is like talking about relationships and bonding and exclusiveness in the first week, something
Yeah.
wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Something wrong.
That's
Yeah.
just wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Something
I
wrong.
agree.
You don't even know the person.
I believe in love at first sight. When I first laid eyes on you, I know we were meant to be together. You know what I'm saying? What you know what I'm saying? Why we gotta pause for? Let's just jump in right now and let's just go with it. See what happens.
no, something's
Like you said,
wrong.
within 3 to 4 months, then those things can be, and it's a way of those things being discussed. You know, not just what we doing.
Right. So they say love bombing's purpose is to make you feel appreciated so you are more receptive to them and their desires. They get their
Wow.
victim to tell them intimate details of their life and later use these details against them.
Yep.
Is an attempt to ensure future emotional and physical intimacy while setting you up for long-term manipulation and abuse.
Wow. Yep. There it is.
That's what it is.
There it is. Because after all that love bombing, I would assume they said, well, I did this for you and I
Right.
did that for you and
Right.
all of this. And if it had not been for me, and you're going to get the whole
And then I don't even
show.
think it's going to be consistent. I don't think it'll be something they be able to carry on
Yeah.
because it's not
It's not
genuine.
going to be consistent.
It's not going to be genuine.
And then you're going to say they changed.
right.
Yeah, but by that time, you so engulfed in it.
And
Yep.
you've shared a lot of information.
Right.
That they've been probing.
So
and
now your emotions
you know,
or attachment
you've
is
talked,
to it.
you've said deep secrets that
Yeah.
nobody
You
else
second
knows.
guess yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
you just say, well, let me give it a little bit more time, just
Right.
see what it's going to be like. I
Right.
don't know.
It's interesting. I think we woke a lot of people up just on that.
I hope so.
Let's take a break right quick and come back, and then we're going to talk about some more signs that are red flags that you should not see.
Okay.
Back.
And we're back.
Red flags, red flags, red flags everywhere.
They out here.
Wah, wah,
Yeah,
wah,
here.
wah, wah.
So we talked about the whole love bombing thing, but then they also don't respect your boundaries. Everyone has different physical and sexual and mental boundaries. When beginning to date someone, it's all about exploring these boundaries in a healthy way that makes each party feel respected and safe. If someone is pressuring you or coercing you into bending your boundaries, it's a major early red flag in a relationship. So let's say, like, if you saying you don't want to have sex right now,
Yeah.
But every time y'all get together, she like, so what we gonna do when we get out the dinner? You gonna go to my place? You like, no.
Right.
Like I told you, that was I want to get to know you.
Right.
But they still trying to bend and trying to coerce you into. You might say, okay, I'll come over your house for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Have some wine. Then they come out the back with a little short lingerie on or something, lay beside you. They still trying to maneuver them ways.
Invading your boundaries.
Yeah, invading your boundaries. You ever had your boundaries invaded? What?
Huh?
What happened?
I can't really remember, but I know I have. I mean, like I might say, like I can't just
pinpoint one.
But
you have had your.
I've had, yeah, like a situation not too long ago was with hanging out with a particular guy, and I wanted more than just a friendship. And he wanted to just be friends.
Right.
So I was like, I don't want to. If we're not going to be on this path, then I don't think that it's best for us to do either. But he still was adamant of pushing
the
friendship on to where I was like, no. So it was overstepping, coming into my boundaries of me saying I don't want the friendship.
Were you guys both stepping over each other's boundaries?
Because I accepted that he did not want a relationship.
Okay.
So I just felt like that, yeah.
You said pull the plug on it.
Pull the plug.
Yeah. They check in frequently. Frequently.
Man.
Like all the time.
I feel like that's a huge red flag. I know of people, and I've had that happen when you're dating, and you look at it as, oh, he's just calling me saying, oh, I'm about to go to my mom's, or, oh, right now I'm about to go to the game, and keep on just doing it, like this whole check-in.
Like, nobody asked you, bro.
Right.
I didn't ask you about checking in, and I think many times people do that because they want you to emulate that same behavior.
Right.
Yes.
So, I really want to know what you're doing all the time. So if I start this trend, then you'll hop on board, and then before you know it, you're telling them where you at.
A human GPS.
I've had that happen to me before, and it got
to.
so bad that I
Really?
was like, yes, it got so bad in the relationship. I was like, for instance, I was like, oh, I'm about to go and get some Subway. What street you on? What?
Yeah.
That extreme.
For real?
Yeah.
That extreme.
You
yes.
still dated him, didn't you?
I dated him.
Wow.
I dated him for
You
a
said
while.
you said 3rd Street?
It's like, I'm on the corner at 3rd.
What kind of sandwich you getting?
I'm telling you.
Now, that's
Extreme. And that's
I've
really...
I've had that. I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
They check in frequently.
That whole checking in frequently, like
Yep.
what's going on with you, where you at, especially like in the dating world, you have no right to ask me where I am or
Right.
what I'm doing,
Right.
and I frankly wouldn't want to know either.
Right.
Like you doing whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah. They check in or they text you when you're out with your friends more than once.
There it is.
If a guy call you and say, hey, April, what you doing? You say, I'm out with my friends. And then like 5 minutes later, I just want to let you know I love you.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
What you having to drink?
Right.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What time you coming home?
Oh, what restaurant y'all at?
What restaurant y'all at?
No.
What you order?
No.
Yeah. They
Trying
check.
to stay on the phone with me while I'm
It's
trying to be.
keeping that tracker
Tracker
on
on
you.
you,
I
yep.
want to know.
Yep.
And maybe, go ahead.
And many times when I want to know what street you on, that's because I'm on the other side of town. I don't want to run into you. Ladies,
yes,
ladies.
Yes.
That's the main reason why.
Which way you
because
going?
I want to make sure
okay.
if you on 3rd Street, that mean I got to go out here. I'm in Fraser. I'm
Yeah.
in East Memphis. I
Collierville.
know it's no way
we going to cross paths.
we're not going to cross paths.
Yep. That's a good one.
Y'all giving away all the game.
I'm going to give away the game.
That's
These
the
women,
truth.
these women at home right now, like, damn.
Yeah.
They think it's cute.
Whole time,
Girl,
I'm
he been
thinking
checking
that-
on me and
Yeah.
making sure I'm
He
good.
always tell me what he doing and where
No.
he at.
He's just trying not to run into
Oh.
Because really, in the beginning, that could be a green flag, right? You know, he's concerned about
He's
me.
so sweet.
He's so concerning.
I didn't
She's
even,
so
girl, I
concerning.
didn't even ask him. He just told me he went out
Yep.
to A, B, and C.
Oh, he checked in to make sure I was safe. He told me it was raining outside. He wanted to know, make sure I
right.
was.
And make sure. Just let me know when you make it home.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Create that routine. I got to make sure.
Oh, don't forget. Hey, whatever you do, just call me when you make it in.
I just want to make
Make
sure
sure
you
you-
safe.
I just want to make sure you safe. I didn't want to go sleep until I know you was at. Oh, Lord Jesus, I done been love bombed several times. I like, oh, he's so sweet. And he want to make sure he hear my voice before he go to bed. Now that Negro ain't went to bed. He making sure you at home in the bed.
That's it.
Because he about to step
He be-
out.
Don't get your rest. I know you got a full
I
day
got
tomorrow.
No, nigga, you got a full day tonight.
My day tonight finna be great.
I be creeping through the hood.
I'm telling you, boy.
Wee.
Damn vampires.
My. Got to do better.
Got to be more
Got
careful.
to get better.
Got to get better.
My God.
But when you know better, you do better.
Promise you.
Number 4, they want you to always prioritize them. Early on, you want to make sure you're not spending too much time with someone you're just getting to know. If they ask you to hang out more than a few times a week, this isn't a sign they like you. It's an early red flag. They want to be up under you all the time. Have you ever been smothered? Like Elmira on the Looney Tunes, she had that little cat. She like want to hug him and squeeze him and hold him and
Call him George.
you know what I'm saying? And man, you got to give people time to breathe in a little room. Give somebody some time to miss you.
Absolutely.
You know, Tanya and I have been married for 10 years, and people think we joined at the hip, but we actually not. It's like a lot of times I'm like, hey, I'm finna go and do some self-care.
Right.
She don't say, I'm going with you.
No.
You know, or she say, I'm going out to hang with my friends and have lunch. Okay, I'm gonna go with y'all.
Right.
Like, that's weird. And it's a red flag. Like, what's wrong with you, bro? You
Right.
can't be by yourself for a second.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
It's good to do that because when, like you said, you are thinking about them when you're
Right.
not with them, and then when you get back, it's even sweeter because you be like, man, you been out all day. Tell me
Man,
about your day.
man.
What you been into?
But
what
if you
have I
see
been
them
to?
all the time in the beginning,
yeah.
like, I'm sick of you. I
Right.
can't even get a chance. I just don't want to do it no more.
No.
I don't want to do it.
I don't want to do it no
Yeah.
more. And if they try to insert themselves in other areas of your life, like your work or your hobbies, this could be an early red flag.
Right.
You go work out every morning, right? I'm gonna go work out.
I'm
with
going to
y'all.
join your gym.
I never been to y'all gym.
Nope.
I don't
No.
want y'all coming to my gym.
Right,
Exactly.
exactly.
No.
Get your own gym.
Right.
Get your own gym.
I don't want to work out with you.
I don't wanna
I'll
work
go
out.
walking with you, or we can go running
Yeah,
or something like
yeah.
that. But my time, that's my time.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
You
And
need your
I
time.
need to digress, and I'm focusing on goals, and I don't need you in my ear. Oh, baby, you looking good, lifting no. I don't
Right.
want to hear that.
Love bumming,
Yeah.
love bumming you while you stopping you at the same
yeah,
time.
exactly. I don't want to hear that. I'm straight.
I already
babe.
know where she be at.
Yeah, I'm straight.
Then he say, "No, I'm gonna change gym because I know for sure she there at 9:30
Yeah,
every
no, it's
morning."
okay.
Yep.
No, I switch it up sometimes. I don't go at the same time all the time.
Another red flag is if they're jealous.
Oh,
You ever had a guy that was jealous?
Yes.
Jealous. They don't want to hear your stories of past happy memories that don't include them. They don't like when you hang out with your friends. You always with Tania.
man, I had a guy I used to date years ago,
Uh-huh.
and he used to get mad, like furious, if he was not my first phone call for the day.
What?
Yes, I remember.
What?
I never forget it. I didn't know that at first because we used to always, when I get back in the morning, I used to always call him, or he used to call me, vice versa. And then one day he called me and he said, "What you doing?" I said, "I'm on the phone with Tennille." So you contact with Tennille before you call me?
Oh man.
Wow.
please.
I said, "Excuse me?" He's like, "You don't want to hear my voice first in the morning?"
Oh yeah,
Wow.
dude.
I
Dude was
said-
up. He must have smoked a rock
That's
that
what
morning.
I said, let me call you back.
Yeah,
And
this can't be.
Yeah, he
Wow.
was so mad. It was Thanksgiving Day. He was so mad. He went to his family house without me, and I made a dish and everything.
Wow.
Yeah,
Man,
I said,
that's
okay,
crazy.
we ate it. Y'all didn't even know we ate it at the house.
You had that dish.
And I ended up going to the movies with my best friend that night.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
And
Best
he-
friend
and
gonna
then
be
he-
there.
And then he called me. I'm at the movies.
Man.
He just wanted to get you to check in. Yeah. He still was working.
It's still working. It's still working. I'm always on my
What
job.
movies you at?
Which one
Which
you
movie?
at?
Which movie thing
What you
at?
watching?
Malco Theater. Which theater booth?
Oh, I'm telling you on which one.
God dang it. Can't win for lose.
You on the Dolby Atmos screen. Oh,
All
man.
right, some other things on there.
Yeah.
They talk about you, your family, or your friends. They call you names, and they get angry if someone tries to talk to you in a public setting.
Have you ever been out with a guy and another guy come up to you and say, "Hey, man, April, what's going on? Tanya, what's going on? I ain't seen you since high school. You looking good." And the dude was like, "Who is that, man? What's up with him?"
I've never
I
experienced
don't think
it.
I ever had that
The
happen.
other day, I mean, people come to me all the time to approach me. The other
Right.
day, we come out of Whole Foods, saw a childhood friend I hadn't seen in forever, and she hugged me and everything. I felt comfortable with it because I know my wife was not going to be like,
Right.
get in the car
Yeah.
and be like, who is that?
Yeah,
Right.
no.
But
no.
you introduce your wife to
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
See, that's the only problem
That's
I've ever
I have
had.
a problem with that. too.
Like I have been out with a guy and a woman walks up to him and say, "Hey, so and so, it's good to see you." And I'm standing there, and you don't say, "Oh, hey, by the way, this is my friend
Yep.
April.
Yep.
April, this is so and so, so and so." Then yeah, when I get in a car, I am quiet because I'm just like,
You didn't. Exactly.
I wasn't standing beside
and
you.
certain things don't
that's
have
not
to
jealousy.
be. It's not. It's
that's
just
respect.
protocol.
And it's respect too.
It's
protocol.
respect.
You know,
Especially if you're
But that could be a
married
red
or
flag.
you.
and it's a
Yes,
that
that's a
was
problem.
yes, it was a problem.
Yeah.
I don't care who it is.
real.
Because maybe he a player. He was like, I ain't want nobody to know I had a girlfriend.
Right. Or
I'm
I'm
seeing
out.
Well,
somebody.
if they don't even introduce you at all, you mean nothing to that whole situation. Like,
It's
don't
over.
mind them.
Right.
Yes.
Don't worry about that.
Right.
I'm talking to you.
Right.
Right.
That's how it looks.
Dang.
Exactly.
Dang. Let's skip that one. They make fun of you. I think if they make fun of you, then you shouldn't even be with them
But
anyway.
anyway.
Yeah. All of their exes are crazy.
That's a good one right there.
That's a red flag.
That's a red flag.
Everybody you date crazy.
Everybody
All of
crazy.
them crazy.
You ain't got a problem. They do though. Mm.
In this red flag example, whenever they talk about their past relationships, they make themselves seem the victim of their former lover's bad behavior.
Mm.
But either you got bad luck or you lying.
Right. Everybody you date crazy.
Everybody you date crazy. Oh man, I just talked to her, man. She crazy. That word you dropped a lot in Memphis, dog.
It does, man.
I just thought
She was
about that. Wait a
cool,
minute.
but,
dog.
you know,
She cool.
I just-
man. She crazy.
I recently heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody told me that this person was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes people are crazy, right?
Some people
You
lie.
don't know that to be true.
But not all of them are
But
crazy.
you can't say that. I just think going around talking about your ex in a negative way,
I'm with you on
it's
that.
just not good.
Good.
I don't think
I'm
you
with
should
you.
even bring that into the next relationship or the
No.
situation.
Well,
Nobody
well-
wants to hear
No.
your stories about all the crazy people.
Yes.
I think it's a fair question to ask. You know, y'all are beautiful women.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so why are you saying what happened to your last relationship? I think that's important for a
It
man
didn't
to
work
know.
out.
It didn't work
it
out.
didn't
It
work
didn't
out.
work out.
And that's
I
how.
want to know why it didn't work out, so that I make sure that
And I'll tell anybody, if when they ask me, because I am single, when they ask me like, what happened with you and your ex-husband, I say, he's not a bad person.
Mm-hmm.
He chose to participate in extra activities outside of our marriage,
Mm.
and we are great co-parents, and we work well with our children. But as far as him and I, it goes no further than kids.
Okay.
And I just leave it at that. I don't say
That's
he
short
was
and sweet.
this, he's that.
Yeah,
he
I
did
remember that
this.
time he did this
I
and
don't
that
go
and
into.
all that.
I just say he
There's no need.
participated
Mm-hmm.
in outside of activities outside of the marriage
That's
that
it.
was not appropriate for me.
yeah, that would let me know that
And-
I can't do that.
Right. So
Or I shouldn't do
I chose to no longer entertain it,
Mm-hmm.
and we have
Absolutely.
just parted ways. I don't talk bad about him, and anybody who I've dated and kicked it with since I've been divorced can politely tell you that.
Have you ever been called crazy?
I don't think so, but people might have called. I'm sure I know one particular person, and now they might think I'm crazy. That was a couple of months ago, but he know that's not true.
Right.
What
But
about
no.
you, Tony? You ever been called crazy?
I've never been called crazy.
Yeah.
No.
I know I haven't been called crazy. See that?
Did somebody call your brother crazy?
What? Let me know. Who is this person?
That's why I love this podcast. Because
Let me know. I want to know who called
who
me
said it,
crazy.
sis? We don't name names.
We don't
We
name
just said,
names.
was there a time?
There was a time that
Somebody
that-
said,
I think
"Man, your
I think
brother
the mil-
crazy."
I think the military changed for real. Once he came down from that and digressed from that, he evolved and became even better and more solid. That military shook him up a little bit.
Yeah. That'll shake you up. Being a
I
Marine
think
will
so.
shake you up.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for good and bad. I just
Yeah.
think he didn't have that. I don't know what they teach him in there,
Yeah.
but I think that the balance was off. And
Yeah.
then once he kind of got back to civilization,
Yeah.
is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
he started digressing and realizing like, okay, I'm not in that world anymore. I'm in this world. They get a little bit of what is it?
PTSD.
Yeah, I think-
He swear he don't.
I think
He swear he don't.
from that for a
He
little
swear
bit.
he
But
don't.
he's better now. That
Yeah.
was back in his 20s.
Well,
he's 46.
Well,
now.
I've been married for 10 years now, so it really don't even matter.
It don't matter. It don't
You
matter.
don't have to explain these things to women out there. I'm not available.
I know he's not available. Hell no.
No. Nope.
Nope. I'm the police on that.
That's it. That's it.
We're going to skip
And to
that.
piggyback on, since this here is gonna be on YouTube and everything.
Yeah.
The whole friend, the guy that months ago that I was hanging out with. When I made that statement and saying that he was trying to
Step your
step
boundaries.
my boundaries by trying to force a friendship.
Okay.
And I allowed him to because I wanted to be around him. And I think that was love bombing to a degree because he knew where my heart was and what I wanted.
Right.
But he knew that wasn't something he wanted.
But he
if
kept on going on
But if
with
he
it.
felt he thought that friend, he knew that I still wanted to be in his space. So that would give me
More time.
more time to him more time
uh-huh.
to still have me in I guess connection with him,
Reaping the benefits.
without committing to me.
Yeah, without the commitment. So love bombing.
So love bombing. I think it was more love bombing than him actually trying to step over. I guess it was kind of stepping my boundaries too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but-
because
but-
after you told him
After I
what
told him that I wanted a relationship, and he was like, "No, I'm not trying to be in a relationship, but we can be friends." At that moment I should have said no, but I said no, but then my actions.
we're going to talk about that. It's a term for
Oh,
that.
okay.
It's a term
okay,
for that.
Okay.
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 That I just found out too.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Another red flag is your friends don't like them.
Oh.
But sometimes you got to play that. I'm thinking you got to play that kind of like on a case by case basis, because some of your friends could be jealous of the fact that you got a good person.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
You know what I'm saying? People change. And maybe you knew this person 10 years ago. And they've changed. But you're saying, girl, you shouldn't date him, or hey man, dude, you shouldn't date. You shouldn't date her because man, I heard about her. But if your friends don't like them, and it's like a consensus, as you meet and introduce your dating partner to your friends, and nobody has a stamp of approval on them, you probably should take that in consideration.
Yeah. I agree.
Because sometimes when you're in it, you can't see
You don't.
yourself. You can't see it. So you just jumping in and you going with the flow. But your friends are telling you, hey, this ain't the right move. You need to pump your brakes. And then, people say things like, man, you don't know her like I know her, man, But
But
they
if it's
can see
all
it.
your friends,
All your friends.
It's all your
yeah,
friends
yeah.
and they're saying nah.
yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll
But
have,
what about your friends say, somebody told me about them. I heard A, B, C, and D. And maybe you have one or two friends. Well, you got 5 friends. Maybe 2 friends like, oh, I heard this. And it's consistent with what the other friend says. Do you cut it?
No, most people don't.
most people not gonna do it.
Nope.
They're gonna just probably be watching.
Well, I'm gonna see for myself because people change.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the past. He already told me that she was crazy.
There you go.
There it is.
Hope y'all listening.
Whoop, there it
I'll
is.
tell you. Hope y'all
There
listening.
it
Number
is.
10 really don't. Well, it does apply to some people who are listening to this podcast. They aren't very motivated. That's a red flag. Like, are they willing to learn and try new things? They don't really want to do anything. They just want to be around you. Do they have a job? If they don't have a job, would you date a guy that didn't have a job?
No.
No.
But he's in between jobs. He used to have a job.
Well, it's like
Just
he's
so-
leaving. He's leaving one law firm to go to another.
Now, kind of like you meet a guy at Hooters.
Okay.
Great conversation. And he said, right now, I'm in between job. My other job went out of business.
Okay.
I'm looking for a job. Do you give that guy a chance at that
Oh
moment?
yeah. If it's something like that, depends on what he was working and job he was working.
2 months later, he still hadn't found a job. But you kind of like feeling him now. Y'all done been out on dates, you know what I'm saying? And
Is he financially taking care of his bills, and I'm not like supporting our dates every time we go out? Type of energy. What are you saying?
I'm saying like, you notice that he has not got a job. Like, but you know,
but he's working on it, doing doing interviews and traveling. I'm cool.
I'm cool
as long
with
as
that.
if he's taking care of his place and bills, and every time we go out, and he ain't looking at me like, baby, I'm in between. Then yeah, I don't have no problem with that.
What about if they're not motivated at all? Like, not only financially, but like every time y'all go out, you have to come up with the idea. He's not motivated to do research and find.
Would drive me nuts.
That would drive me crazy. But I learned more men are not that y'all don't really know how to choose like dating. Like it's always more on the woman, to a degree, to kind of put it out there what we would like to do, where we like to go. I don't know too many guys that really playing like dates.
Really?
For
most,
me, it's more like, for me, I guess it's been 10 years.
Yeah.
But if I were single, or even if before when I was dating, I want you to come up with where we need to go.
I love
because
it.
that
Yes.
is an example of a leader. You have to know what's going
Yes.
on.
I'm
If
with
you
that.
have not been, have you done your research
Right.
to be able to say, you know what, this will be a nice place. You have to have a game plan.
Yes.
Like if you
Like,
intend on
agree.
I'm the type of person.
I don't want to. I'm already got a lot of other things going on. You taking me
With
out
you.
on a date, especially if you ask to take me out on a date. The last thing I want to do is be like, "Oh, have you ever heard of the new
Right.
place?" Man, I might as well go and make the reservation.
I'm with you on that.
Right.
But
No.
I'm with you. I agree. But
I think
but
it's like I think it's like, okay, I know you like music. So I'm gonna call you and say, hey, on next Friday, do you want to go to the Badu concert?
right.
That's like having motivation. But if
Right.
that guy never ever like
Oh no.
presents an idea,
You can't.
hey, you want to go to the golf range, you want to go, hit some golf
Right.
balls, you want to go fishing with me. But every time you call and say you want to go out, he's like, where you want to go?
Right. No.
So, Will, from a male standpoint,
Yes.
some women aren't, just like April was saying, they don't know. Some women, like, maybe have never done certain things, certain hobbies.
Right.
If you ask them once or twice and they're like, no, I really don't do that. That's not me.
It's
or
a-
I don't know if I'm
They're
gonna-"
not, right, same thing. They're not motivated.
Okay.
Right.
You're not willing to even give it a
Try.
chance.
Exactly.
Not motivated.
Exactly.
It could be something food like sushi. I don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
I don't do that raw
I
stuff.
don't do that raw stuff. You ain't
I don't
gonna
eat
give
no
me.
oyster. What's
You
this?
do raw stuff.
Mm. What's this?
You shouldn't be doing raw stuff, but you do raw
It's like,
stuff.
hit some, April. Hit some over there. I'm over here like this.
But yeah, I mean, I personally would love a man to date me and say, hey, this is where I want to take you. I know you like sunflowers. I saw this sunflower field, and I just want to take you out there and get some pictures.
That's
let
it.
you- man, that would drive. She.
There you go. There you go. Y'all seeing it right here. Inbox April at April Stewart on Facebook.
Baby. But
Let her
just the
know.
simple things. It ain't gotta be take me to Capitol Grill or
Yeah.
take me this. Man, the simple things. Just you learn through conversation.
What about complaining? That's part of this not very motivated. Like they go somewhere, but they complain the whole time.
Oh,
Like,
I
you know,
never dated a complaining guy.
Really?
No, me
Me
either.
either.
Yeah.
I think it's more women.
Yeah.
Always complaining.
Really? Some guys complain too, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I have my complaining moments, especially if it's not right. Tanya's the type person, if we go out, she's trying to find that, silver lining on that gray cloud. Me, I'm like, man, this is screwed up, man. We shouldn't even be here. Why are we here? And she'll be like, hey, just chill. And
But I mean, that's I can see that.
Yeah.
That's a different. You got when I think about complaining. I don't like this. What's this? I don't want to try that. Why we here? That's to me is
complaining.
complaining.
It's
And
complaining.
a guy is being nice to take you out,
Yeah.
and everything is just it's just not right. I've never been around a guy that was just it's just nothing is right.
wow.
Yeah.
So motivation is key, right?
It is.
You got to be motivated because that stimulates the relationship.
Right.
Absolutely.
Make it fresh, make it fun, make
you
it
can't
exciting.
do the same old thing all the time.
No.
And then we should talk about things. I tell you, here's another good thing to lock down a good relationship. Let's find something that we both have never done before,
Yes.
There you
or that
go.
we're afraid of, and let's overcome that fear
Yes.
together.
Absolutely.
right.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, that's why I've been married for 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amen.
Like when we went fishing
Yeah.
out there in St. Kitts.
Right.
Yeah,
I
You
never
should-
went fishing.
like deep sea fishing.
Deep sea fishing.
Yeah, yeah. It was fun. After you got your sea legs, it was fun.
Leave my sister alone, man. She did it. She made it through.
We're still doing new stuff.
We
You
do new
should,
stuff.
and that's what keeps the relationship growing and going. I don't like. I get bored easily.
Okay.
You know, and I like to do spontaneous new.
She's like, yeah, I get bored easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do the same thing, and I can't have you always whatever you want to do.
Oh,
I don't
man.
mind just sitting here at the
Please.
house. I too much life. Like
Yeah.
I'm the life of the party. I'm like, let's go try it now. Can't get me on no elevator.
We got to do that though.
Yeah, we
You
got
gotta
to.
go and do
the
that,
man
April.
that gets me on the elevator, I do. We getting married. It's that simple. Real talk.
He accomplished something. He gets you on the elevator.
He get me on the elevator, and I'm comfortable where I ain't passed out by the time the door didn't open up.
You feel safe.
He the
and-
I
one.
feel safe.
Yeah,
Okay.
Indian, white, black, African,
It
it
don't
don't
matter.
matter.
don't matter.
It don't matter.
I get you on this
I
elevator.
get you on the elevator, and I feel comfortable.
You feel comfortable?
I'm like, yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
He gonna be the one.
Yeah.
he gonna be the one.
So they're hot and cold. And this is what I was talking about, that term I was going to tell you about. Right?
Okay.
So, okay, first, be on the lookout for benching and breadcrumbing. You ever heard of breadcrumbing?
Oh, yes.
That's the term that you were talking
Talking
prior
about
to-
breadcrumbing.
Breadcrumbing is leading
Yes.
someone on with no intention of ever meeting in person or building a real relationship.
That's it. Bread.
Are they
That's
wishy-washy with their affections?
Is that like a little bit like catfishing?
It's
in a
playing.
way?
It's playing
You're
games.
playing.
games.
Playing games.
Man, I'm so full on breadcrumbs. I don't even want dressing for holidays. Keep the stuffing.
Yeah, man,
That's that
breadcrumbs just
whole
leading
thing
you
of
on.
just.
Yeah.
I just want to be on the telephone with you. I
Oh.
want to text you,
Talk to you all day.
but we never spend time together. We never go out on a date. We never do anything spontaneous. We never do anything. But we can talk on the phone all day long.
Do they draw away from you for long periods of time and seem to want you to go after them? Where you been? Where you at? Why you ain't called me in a couple of days? Where you gone missing?
Yeah.
You ever had a guy to go missing on you for a couple of days and just pop back up like everything cool?
No.
Okay, well bless you.
I'm trying to think.
Sometimes,
Maybe
when I
have.
was in my dating pool, women would do that. You know what I'm saying? And I guess they wanted me to call them and be like, "Hey, what's up?" But I didn't call me like, "You ain't even call to check on me." I'm like, "Why are we playing games like that?"
Yeah.
What's the games?
Yeah, what's the game?
Like, if you want to talk, let's talk.
Cat and
If you
mouse is
don't,
one
like,
thing, but like that's just total ignorance when
Right.
you get to
But how long did they not call you?
like 2-3 days. You know, maybe like you might go on a date on Thursday,
Mm-hmm.
and then the weekend you don't hear from, 'em, and then Monday pop back up and be like, "Hey, what you doing?" You like,
Did
"Man, I forgot about you."
Did you call them after the date?
Maybe like the next morning, like, "Hey,
Okay,
I had a
okay.
good time, everything was
Right.
straight," and then you hang the phone up and you go about your day,
Right.
and you realize your phone hadn't rang all day Saturday, all day Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
and then Monday they call and say, "Hey, what you got planned this week?" You like, "Wait a minute,
I ain't heard from you.
I ain't heard from you."
I got
At
you.
that point, I
Yeah.
started just saying, you
Well,
know
yeah,
what? I
I
start to remove myself
I
from
have
the
had a
equation.
situation like that.
Because everything be like patterns,
Yeah,
right? You start
right.
seeing patterns.
Right.
You notice that Monday through Friday you available on
Right.
Saturday and Sunday
Right.
you disappear.
Right.
Now, I've had
Those
that.
are red flags. It's like
I've had that.
that's breadcrumbing.
That's
you know?
breadcrumbing.
That's breadcrumbing. This one right here is kind of weird. Excessive alcohol use. You ever dated a person who drank a whole lot? Yeah, I'm married to a person. No, I just playing around. I just playing around.
No, you lying. I have a friend that dated someone that drank all the time, and she was just say how it was just too excessive to the point just sloppy drunk. But whenever he wasn't drinking, total gentleman, like very nice. He was very established. He was all check marks. But when it came to their drinking,
was
the
totally
only thing that they could think about was, if I go in and do this, it's gonna be bad because it's not gonna stop.
Wow.
Especially when they saying that I have to drink because I have to be, relaxed. That's what he was saying. I'm trying to be relaxed, but you're getting
Wow.
relaxed and you getting toe up.
Have you ever been out on a? So it's not like they drink all the time, but let's say maybe when you go out on a date, have you ever been on a date with a guy that start off with one drink? Like, hey, what you had in the drink? You say you having a glass of cab, right? And I'm gonna do me a glass of cab. Then it go from cab to like, let's do tequila shots, and then tequila shots to whiskey, and then a couple of beers, and
Yeah, no.
and you just sitting there watching him like just stack
Keep
up
on
drinks.
going.
Yeah, another one for me.
No,
You good? You good?
No, I've never.
That's
experienced
excessive
this.
drinking.
Excessive drinking.
Drinking.
No, 'cause by that time I'd be like, "What the hell wrong with you? You okay?"
You call me when you get home.
I know. You let me know when you make it home.
Telling you.
Like, you okay? I'm like, you good?
Oh man.
That's, you've been there for 3 hours. You like you ready to go? Let me give me one
Let
more.
me get one more in.
I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna call you, telling you, I need you to come pick me up.
I know that's right.
This nigga drinking. I'm scared. I'm like, oh, I just gotta call my babies. I gotta get home, my babies.
Here's the last one we're gonna talk about before we get into our Clown Master award. You have a bad gut feeling. Intuition has its place.
Oh yes.
Have you ever had a bad gut feeling about something
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and be like, man, this ain't something just not right?
Something not right.
You probably should trust your gut because usually you're not wrong. But then people will gaslight you and say, man, it's just in your mind.
Right,
You
you
tripping.
tripping.
Yeah.
You tripping.
No.
But if you got it in your gut and you feel like something just not on pace or something off track, you should probably go with it. You got to remember that relationships are about a few things. One is going at a comfortable pace. Shouldn't be any pressure when you're dating or going through the process, right? Building trust is key. You had to have trust. Can you trust the person? Do you trust the person that you're with out of their sight? Like, yeah, you trust them, yeah, but when they're not with you and you have that gut feeling like, I really don't know what they're doing, or maybe they out doing something else, you're probably right. Being honest. Have you ever caught your person in a lie? Have you ever dated somebody and you caught them in a blatant lie? Like they said, oh yeah, Friday night I was at home sleeping. Then they started talking again. They said, yeah, man, Friday night I was out shooting ball with my boys. But it just slipped out. So those things are gut feelings. Having independence from each other. Can y'all be apart from each other? A dude got to be with you all the time. I know somebody in our circle that has to have somebody with them all the time.
All the time.
That should be a red flag.
But
people.
if they don't know that, the person coming in new wouldn't know that they have to have somebody all the time.
I mean, but like, I wouldn't know that. Like, okay, it's Monday, right? We go out on a date. You say it's kind of late. Do you mind if I spend the night? I'm like, cool, spend the night. We spend the night. You wake up Tuesday morning. You go to work. Then you call me at 5 p.m. You say, I left my clothes over there. You mind if I come over and get my clothes? You like, sure. They have a seat. They watch TV. They say, what you cooking? You cooking some meal. They have a couple of drinks. And they say, woo, late. I'm gonna stay over here again. And before you realize it's like 5 or 6 days. They literally then moved in.
That's the problem.
Moved in.
But you
But if you have sat there and be okay with it by day 2, then you got the problem too.
Well,
Yeah.
Because you now are
you
saying
enabling it.
and saying that it's okay. Because if you telling me that I can, a person, not me personally, because I don't want to be at your house like that, but if you telling that person or not telling that person, hey, I got things to do, I need you to, gather your things because I got somewhere to be, and politely ask them to leave.
But you got somebody else coming over?
No, it's not that. It don't matter. I'm just,
But you know what?
this
If
is
it's
my
a guy
house.
that if it's a guy that you're interested in,
Yeah.
you ain't gonna take on that same attitude off
no,
the rip.
but
You're
that's true.
not.
That's
You're gonna
true.
be all the way in your feminine energy.
That's
You're gonna
true.
be trying to come up with something to get him out of there.
Right.
Right.
So I'm be just
Because that's what we do as women. It's like, oh well, honey, it's something that came up. Yes,
Right.
the way you got to get them out.
I
You ain't
gotta
gonna,
go-
you ain't gonna be like, man, what you asking me? In your mind, you be like, man, you
But
crazy.
I gotta go get my kids. I thought they was gonna be with their dad. but
Yes.
They just got. Then after he leave, I'm gonna call you. Be like, tell you, man, this man did not want to leave.
You're right.
I tell y'all a true story.
What do I do?
I tell y'all a true story. This goes back to the days of the Isaac Hayes restaurant at the Peabody Place. And it was this lady there.
Excuse
And
me.
she was attractive and everything. And I used to always go to Isaac Hayes and, chill out or whatever. And she'd always wait on me. And then one day she hit me with this like sad story. We had became like, I guess, restaurant friends. I knew her name.
Acquaintance.
And, acquaintances, right? And she was looking real slum that day. And I was like, hey man, what's up with you? She was like, man, my apartment did evicted me. I'm sleeping out of my car and everything. So I was like, I was single. And I was like, well, I tell you what, you know what I'm saying? If you want to crash in my place tonight, I'm trying to be the hero. But at the same time, you know what I'm
Trying to
saying?
get him some pussy.
I was just like, hey, look, you too fine to be sleeping in your car. You know what I'm saying?
You can
That's
come
how-
on,
that's
come
how
on
it
over to my
started,
place,
right?
Come on over
babe.
to
Come
And she said-
on over
And she
to
said, for
my
real, thank you so
place.
much. And she gave me a hug, shed a little tear. I'm like, you know, man, I got a 2-bedroom apartment. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing nothing. And she came over. She brought a bag of clothes with her. And I was like, okay. And then, like, the next day, I was like, so what you got planned today? She was like, well, I'm still looking for me an apartment. And it went on for a whole month.
So you didn't say gather your belongings.
Where was she going to go? See, I had put myself in a trick bag at that point.
Ooh-wee.
Did you?
I did not have sex with her.
Oh, that's good.
No, she didn't want to have. I mean, it was kind of like she really G'd me up.
She G'd you, man.
She
I was
G'd
just
me.
on, you took the words out of my mouth. I was sitting on there, you got G'd up.
Yeah, I got G'd up, but she didn't want to leave. It was very scary at some point because I was going to work and then she wouldn't work. Some days she would be off.
Right, she bit the house.
What was like the nail in the coffin for me is when I came home from work and she had another female on the couch and they were watching TV and everything and eating like TV dinners and everything. Like she was living there. So I was like, hey, let me have a word with you and everything. I was like, you know, I don't want company in my house when I'm gone. She's like, oh, this is my best friend. And I'm like, well, then you got to stay with your best friend. But she was like, nah, she ain't got but a 1-bedroom. She got a dude. So I was like, all right. So the next day when she went to work, I called the apartment. I had them change the locks. And I was at home.
Yeah.
And I heard the key getting there. So I just like cut the TV off and everything, got quiet.
Wait a minute, you were hiding in your own
I was
home?
hiding in my own home. I was hiding in my
This
own
man
home.
get crazy.
And she was knocking on the door and everything, and she was banging on the door, and she was calling my phone over and over and over again and
Oh,
everything.
wow.
And I just waited for like 2-3 hours, and then she finally like went down the steps and looked out the window, and she was standing across the street. She was sitting on the curb
Wow.
because my car was in the driveway.
But she knew you was there.
She
She
knew
knew
you
I
was
was
there.
there, so she just waited and waited, and then finally went to bed. And I woke up the next morning, and she wasn't on the curb anymore. But I didn't go outside. I was like, because if I open this door up, she might. And then she finally went away, and then she texted me and said, "I just want to come over and get my clothes." And I was like, "I can't let you in the house."
No, you should just pack them up and put them outside for her.
Yeah.
Nah,
You didn't do that?
No. But then I saw her like 3 months later at the bus stop, and I was just riding by, and I looked over at her, and she looked at me, and she was like, "Hey," and then she started blowing my phone up again and everything, and it was like the scariest moment. So what I'm saying is, don't be letting people come to your house and stay over because it's creepy stuff. I didn't know what to do. I usually have a solution. I didn't have a solution for that. I was scared as hell.
Wow.
Scared as hell.
You was trying to save her.
But when you get these red flags, you should definitely pump your brakes and start to bag back and analyze things. Don't continue to ignore them because the red flags will get bigger and they'll become more extreme. And before you know it, you may find yourself in a combative and disgruntled situation that you don't know how to cut the ropes on. So
Yes.
that's just food for thought today, y'all. Do y'all have a Clown Master Award?
I don't have a Clown Master, but I do want to say something about the red flags. They have a early red flag quiz that you can take. We're going to drop that in our YouTube channel at the bottom, and you can click on there and go through the assessment yourself to see are there red flags with your current situation.
That you may not be
even aware.
You might not be abreast of,
Yes.
or you may be, just covering up.
Right.
And when you take this quiz, it's going to let you know, like, wow, this is a lot going on.
Right.
Now, don't take this quiz lightly and say, oh, that's just a quiz,
Yeah.
whatever,
Right.
whatever. It's real. This is well thought out information from
Absolutely.
people who've done relationship
Right.
counseling. So just be aware that we're just trying to make you enjoy your life better and have a healthy and quality relationship.
Absolutely.
And dating shouldn't be complicated. I think we make it so complicated now. It should just be something simple,
Yeah.
easy, flowing.
And
You could-
people don't want to cut the cord. Like, you
Yes.
don't have to wait a long time to cut the cord. If it's
No.
not meshing, if it's red flag after
Yes.
cut it.
Cut
You know,
it.
all that. Will and I was talking about that earlier. A lot of times people feel like, I got to have this conversation. And if the red flags are there, you don't have to answer the phone anymore.
Yeah, I think
you
it
don't
said-
have to reply to the text. You don't have to do any of those things.
Yeah,
know.
I think it says something on here about don't be afraid to ghost them.
Bye-bye.
if it's not safe to express your feelings or exit the relationship.
They got
and that's what I
blocking.
did to old girl.
Yeah,
I
they
just
got
ghosted.
blocking out here for a reason.
Yeah.
Right.
But just ghost them. People
Yeah.
say I got to sit down and talk with them and get some closure. No, you
Right.
don't.
No, you don't.
No, just ghost them.
Right.
What I said this morning, if you ain't prepared for the roasting, be prepared for the ghosting.
There it is. I'm
'Cause
telling you.
I used to be the ghost king. Be like, man, like change my number. Back in the day when I didn't have a lot of responsibilities, man, I go to Cricket, be like, I
I
need a
know.
new phone number.
Quick. I did
gonna-
that before a time
Yeah,
or two.
just disappear. Clown Master Award for me. I'm not gonna really roast her a lot because I'm a big fan of hers. I'm not a big fan, but I like her music. Alicia Keys, she had a concert this past week, and I hope that Miss Badu doesn't do this because that's a red flag for me. If your concert starts at 8:00, don't go on stage at 10:00.
Exactly. I hate that.
Yeah. So that's just clown stuff to me. Like, okay, we here for you.
Right.
You only had 8 people there.
Right.
Get them people a show. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And she came out fashionably late. Like the first person who came on the stage was amazing. I forgot her name. She's a new artist from Cameroon, and she is amazing. She's out of Minneapolis, and she did a good job. And then when she stopped, I know they had to change the stage and everything, but they had changed the stage. They had wiped her piano down and everything, and we were just sitting there. And I had another engagement to be at. So I never even saw Alicia Keys come out
Wow.
because that's how long the gap was between. It's like an hour and a half gap before she got on stage. So don't do that, artists.
Yeah.
People spend their hard-earned money. People got to work tomorrow. People
Right.
have
Yeah.
other obligations,
Right.
and you go on stage. They say
That's a good one, Will.
They say Lauryn Hill is notorious for that.
They say Erykah Badu is notorious for that too.
Really?
Uh-oh.
Yep. I know we're supposed to be going to see her next Friday.
It's next Friday.
Next Friday. So.
Erica, bag lady, please
Yes.
don't do that.
So if the show started at 7, we ain't probably got to be there till about 8:30.
Wow.
Yeah.
And everybody got there early. We were sitting
Everybody
down.
was there
Wow.
early.
That
It
was
was
like-
nice.
That's bad.
It got
though.
quiet and it was like just crickets.
That's bad.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
That's bad, man.
I want to talk about real quick. I don't know if this is an award, but can we pause and talk a little bit about that Keke Palmer
girl,
and
yes, and her little boyfriend.
what's his name? Darius.
Yes.
See, I don't know
Darius
anything about
Jackson.
that. Enlighten me on this.
Okay, so right now, Usher is doing a residency in Vegas.
Right. I
And
heard it's a good show.
man,
It's
they
a
say
great
it's a
show.
wonderful show.
You seen it?
No, but I heard it's great.
Yeah, my sister saw him say, "Bomb." All right, so what's been happening lately? A lot of the celebrities have been coming to his show, and he will bring them either up on stage or he'll go out and sing and all of this stuff. Well, everybody know Keke has had her new baby boy. He's beautiful.
Gorgeous.
So now she's like coming out. She's like a mother now. She's doing a lot
She
of
looks
promoting.
amazing.
She does. She looks really good. And so she had on a get up. It was mesh, kind of see through.
Okay.
And then like she had like the little bustier thing.
Okay.
But the see through was covering her backside so you can kind of see,
Like, kinda
what's going
risque.
on. It was risque. Okay, but this Keke Palmer we talking about.
Right.
She's not an original person. She's there for a purpose.
That's it.
All right. So then the baby daddy, because he's not a husband yet,
Okay.
gets on his social media and was like, I don't want my family, doing this, the way you're dressing. We have a son. You shouldn't be doing this and you shouldn't be doing that. Well, social media went off and they were like, how dare you even talk about her?
Right.
You don't have this. They
don't-
read him
they found
down.
out
They
he-
say he
he
ain't
don't
got a
have no
job.
job or
They say
anything.
he ain't even got a job.
How is it that these guys that don't have jobs,
Well,
landing all these big
he's
stars?
in the right circle.
That's it. His
He's
brother
in the room.
is
His
an actor.
brother.
And so he's in the room,
Yeah.
with other people
Now-
and things.
Now,
of that
and
nature.
Keke said it. I heard her one time in an interview or something. She was saying how no one really approached her, and the way that he approached her, that's what sparked it. He
Right.
was just like talking to her,
Right.
and so she was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
and it kind of went on
Right.
from there.
That's a simple thing. I think that's what Janet Jackson said about Jermaine Dupri. They're like, how in the world this man here get Janet Jackson? She said he spoke to her.
Right.
Like usually she walk in the room, everybody just stare at her and
Right.
marvel
Oh,
over her
that's
and
Janet.
drool
Yeah.
over her. He said he walked up, sat up beside her and said, how you doing,
Yeah.
Janet? And they just had a conversation. He said, you want to go on a date? She like, cool. And they dated.
And he was such a little boy that he went in and he erased all her pictures off of his Instagram. And after everybody was like roasting him, like,
How old is this guy?
He's 20.
how old he is?
How old is this guy? Okay. Yeah, so he's still developing. right?
He's 29.
Okay, he's still developing. You know, he's almost at that threshold. 30 years old, you should be growing, not developing. You should be, you know, sparking and acting in your element at that point. But here's a real question, and I'm gonna probably get the Clown Master Award for this. They'll probably shoot on YouTube and say I'm a clown. I don't know who Keke Palmer is.
Akilah B.
Whoa.
The girl that played the Akilah B. The one who played in this. That
She's 29.
She's 29.
Here she is with.
Okay, let me show me a picture of her. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her.
She's been acting since she was a kid.
Kid.
And that's her dude?
That's her dude named
Yeah.
Baby.
Okay, yeah. I mean, does she sing or anything?
No,
She has a
can.
voice.
I get her confused with the is it Tiana Taylor?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Keke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I don't
She
know
does
her.
a lot of comedy.
Yeah.
She's very funny.
Oh,
She
she
does
is.
dramas. Like
Okay.
she's
Yeah, I don't know her. Y'all have to show me a movie or something like
Yeah.
that maybe.
Yeah.
But
I'll
yeah.
show you some
She
stuff.
was just in that crazy movie not so long ago with.
Oh yeah. Nope. She was
Nope.
in Nope. Will.
Uh-huh.
She was
Nope.
the sister.
Nope. Yeah,
She
she
was
was
the
a
sister.
sister.
On Nope.
With the horses and
Yeah.
everything. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah. She doesn't like hit my radar on something that I would care about what she had on or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, but I will say this, when you're dating a celebrity, you know they do things for the attention, to the notoriety,
Exactly.
to stay in the
And
tabloids
it's
and things of that
something
nature.
behind that.
So you got to know what you sign up for. It's part of
Right.
their
That's what I'm
job. It's a
saying.
job,
Right.
right?
That's why he get the Clown Master Award. Like
Yeah, you got to know what you
this-
signed up for, right?
Exactly. You think because she had a baby with you
Yeah, she gonna stop living?
that she's not
Well,
going
women
to,
do that all the time. Women think because they have a baby, that man is supposed to stop doing certain things, and if
Right.
that's part of his job description,
if it's in his
That's
job.
job.
If it's
Description.
job.
That's different.
yeah, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
And she had been off of scenes for a little bit, but now she
Yeah.
gotta make her money.
What's she gonna do?
She acts.
She acts.
Okay.
Yeah,
She gets roles.
Keke Network.
She gets
don't
roles.
do that.
What's her net worth?
He tried to comfort Keke.
I mean, because I don't know who she is. So it'd be different if y'all was saying like Sierra or something like
Oh,
that.
you don't even like Sierra.
I do not like
that.
Sierra, but I'm just saying, like, how much money Keke Palmer got?
I'm gonna tell you right now. Got darn phone. Stop acting
Keke
crazy.
Palmer's net worth. Let's look at this.
Mhm.
I want to see if it's even worth the fuss.
She's done everything. Nickelodeon.
Uh huh. See,
All of
see,
that.
I don't watch
This
Nickelodeon.
is childhood on up.
She did what now? $7.5 million net worth. Okay, yeah. I would
It's
let her.
respected.
Yeah, I would let her.
See? That's Keke.
Okay, yeah. Nah, I mean, you know, hey, look, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I'm gonna be real. This is what I'm saying. Look, Tanya can wear whatever she want to wear as long as it's like not distasteful. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't distasteful. I wish I could pull up a picture of the outfit.
If it's not distasteful, it's not gonna bring like negativity. Then I mean, you know, it could be controversial. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a thin line between controversy and disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Some of these women are wearing things that are disrespectful if they have a man, whether they're in the entertainment business or not. But if it's part of the repertoire, if it's part of the resume, it's part of who they were before you met them, and you know what you're getting into.
Yeah,
That's what she had on right there.
That's what she had on.
Oh yeah, dude, a clown. Women walk like that on Beale Street all the time.
Right.
This is
Right.
nothing.
And I think
I know
because-
women who come to the speakeasy dressed like
right,
that.
right. I think because Usher, I think this is really what got him. Because Usher
think it was
singing to
about
her.
Usher more
They
so
go
than
back to
it
that
was.
red flag. That's jealousy, right?
It's
That's
jealousy.
it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
no.
it was. She had his concert. He came over to her. Like,
So according to you guys, 29-year-old black female who's attractive, she got guys that shooting at her all the time.
All the time.
But she decided to lay down with you and produce a baby with you. That's got value.
Right.
right.
So let that lady breathe.
Let her breathe.
Yeah, okay, dude.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
what it was right there.
That's what it was.
So look, Scottie Pippen took a picture with Tanya, and you know it would look like it was a very close picture. I was like,
Right.
damn, Scottie, but I wasn't tripping.
crazy.
I wasn't tripping because I hadn't seen Scottie forever.
Right.
I get to laugh.
Thank y'all so much for being on the podcast tonight with us. I can play the little show in the I was like, that's it. That's
I'm
it. Hey,
telling
look,
you,
y'all.
man.
Look, y'all follow us on all social medias.
Look. That's all it was right there.
Oh man, it's Usher.
Exactly.
She Yeah, that ain't real. Well, I can see how a dude could be kind
You know, but he gotta calm down.
Yeah, I can
he
see.
gotta calm down.
Yeah.
He gotta calm down.
He was dancing. He was singing.
He
you know
took
what
it to
I'm saying?
social media. He gets the clown award
And she was
for
singing
taking
back
it to
and
social
everything.
That's
media.
it, Will. That's it.
I mean, that's one of her fans. I mean, she's a fan of
She
his.
went to his concert.
Right.
She had to pay for the ticket.
Now let me ask you a question. We're gonna get up out of here.
Okay.
If that had been me, and Beyonce was singing to me, or Rihanna was singing to me, and I was all in her face, and we were hugging, and it was all on social media, what would you say the next morning?
I wouldn't say nothing. That same night, I would have been like, man, I'm
Well, you can't do that with Chris Brown. I'm letting not just.
What?
Hey y'all, look, my name is.
Oh, I know you lying.
Hey man, look, I am Will the Underdog Richardson.
And I am your girl, April, a.k.a. Mother Goose.
Y'all hit me up on the Instagram, Latanya_Rich.
All right, y'all, stay tuned. The next week we'll get back with y'all.
Bye.
This is the Spotlight Podcast Network.